Oh my goodness. That is so big.
If there's a fish that swims, I need to catch it. Freshwater, saltwater, from a boat, from a kayak, or from 4 inches of ice. I thrive off the new experiences fishing gives me. I'm an ex-fishing guide turned videographer, calling Lake of the Woods, Ontario my home. I'm Jay Siemens, and this is the Canadian Angle. For folks in central Canada, ice fishing season isn't just a small window. It's basically half our year. Most years we can find safe ice from November all the way into April. As we headed out on one of our first adventures of the year, we bypassed many lakes which had yet to ice over. We were on our way to a smaller and shallower lake, which we were hoping would have safe ice and hungry fish.
Oh. We are back on the ice. Welcome to the 2021-2022 ice fishing season. It feels good. This is early. The lakes are just starting to freeze. This is a smaller backcountry Brook Trout lake we're on today, and it's still got open water, but we did find some safe ice in the bays, and safety is key. We've got a spud bar, this big metal bar right here, chisel. As we walk, we are swinging and hitting the ice. If your chisel goes through in one swing, your ice probably isn't safe. I like 2 to 3 swings for safe ice. I mean, you're looking at 3 to 4 inches then of good clear ice is ideal for foot travel. But anyways, we're gonna get out, we're gonna get set up, and today we're gonna share the art of sight fishing.
There is just something so mesmerizing about sight fishing. Some of my most memorable moments on the ice have involved me sitting over a big hole, looking into the underwater world. As anglers, we always visualize and imagine what the fish are doing beneath the ice. But when you see that fish swimming 2 feet beneath your feet, it feels like you're somewhere you're not supposed to be. You can sense the fish's mood. And while it may not always be the most effective technique, it is certainly the most entertaining.
He's coming back. Holy smokes, there's another one. We got 2! Oh my goodness! We got 2! We got 2! So guys, the Ministry of Natural Resources in Northwest Ontario here, they do a lot of stocking, and they stock brown trout, rainbow trout, brook trout, and brook trout is what we're targeting today. They put a couple thousand trout into this lake every other year, and that's what we're looking for. So a lot of these are put and take fisheries. They're stocked to get fished, to harvest the fish. So we are going to make a sight fishing hole, and sight fishing is something that's gained a lot of popularity in the last couple of years. We're gonna cut a big hole in the ice to look down and visually interact with the fish and see them. We are gonna be hopefully catching fish in 2-3 feet of water right by our toes. So it is my favorite way to ice fish. It is such a unique, intimate way to interact with the fish. That's the thing, you can't really do that in open water. Even when you're catching fish, sight fishing in open water, you're often casting to them at a distance. But now these fish are gonna be a couple feet away. We're gonna pop up the shack so it's completely blacked out. We're gonna have a camera facing down, and you're gonna see these fish interacting right with our lures, it is, until you've seen it, it's so hard to explain. And I got my buddy Josh McFaddin with me today. Josh is a fantastic chef, outdoorsman.
Yeah, the last time I sight fished was with Jay, and I screwed it up royally. Lost a big one.
Because I want to put, oh, big fish, big fish, big fish, big fish. Yes, huge fish, huge fish. Get ready, stay still. He's looking for it, get ready. Here, I got it.
You grabbed it.
Got him?
Oh no, he let go.
Oh, that's frustrating.
That was the fish.
Good fish. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna chisel a hole to find kind of the depth we want. I wanna favor a little bit shallower so we have good visibility. And then we're gonna use the ice saw and we're gonna cut a hole into the ice. So first thing is gonna be finding our sweet spot, probably in that 2 to 3 foot range, and then we're gonna get set up.
All right, so here it is, the big old vicious toothy ice saw. And there's nothing crazy about this. We're gonna use this to cut a hole in the ice. I mean, it is what it is.
So something is, you don't need an ice saw to sight fish. You could use an auger, you could use an axe and chip a hole big enough. The thing about this time of year is the ice isn't too thick, so we could chisel that hole. The ice saw is just a nice way to make a big formation, especially later in the season when you have more ice. Then what you can do is you can use your auger. You can drill holes all the way around, not connecting them, and then the saw you can connect them. But right now we're gonna cut the whole thing with the ice saw, probably like a 2 foot by 3 foot hole, something like that. Big enough so we've got a view into the underwater world. So
here goes. Okay.
So now once you've got it cut, we're just gonna give it the old slide.
I definitely cut into a rock there.
We got a little shallower. Voila.
See ya.
So we're a little shallower than I thought. I wouldn't want to go too much deeper than that, but just a little bit. Like I think we're gonna have to go just like, we went right here. And I always like to push it out to the deeper side. All right, the hole is cut. Step 2 is setting up the shack. You want a nice dark shack because that's gonna cut all the light out and it's gonna let you see into the water. Right now, it'd be pretty tough to see the bottom, to see the fish. So here we go. All right, guys, well, it was a little bit of a process, but we are now set up. Heater still needs to warm up. You can see our breath in here.
Yeah, it's a little chilly. That's fine. We got a little slick over the hole here.
It's freezing in the shack. We're gonna go over gear, techniques, all that stuff, but for now, the sun is rising. I don't know how bright it's gonna get today, but we're gonna take advantage of prime time and hopefully not drop a sight fishing rod down the hole.
Going dark, folks.
Woo-hoo-hoo! In the dark house, this is how people would set up for spearing, that sort of stuff. So we got two different, I got the big and loud, and you got the more subtle. You got the little plastic and the jig. So they're more likely to see this big flashy spoon from a distance.
And when they come in,
they're either going to come in and crush the spoon right away, or they're going to lose interest in the spoon and come grab your plastic. So your plastic, I'd have it more so just subtle, kind of just like,
yeah, okay, that's what I was
with
gonna
those
ask.
little. The other thing is, especially in the shallow water, it's just if a fish comes in, it's going to be pretty quiet. And I think they could probably hear your voice if it's loud enough, but definitely walking around, I've seen these trout kind of get spooked.
It'll spook them. So we want to be quiet.
Don't start yelling when they come in,
Yeah. Just like, oh, this one. This.
Get her.
Like that. Oh. Yeah. That's it.
I just want to see that brookie come in and gobble.
Like it just really could happen anytime.
No, it happens so fast. You're just staring, thinking, oh, this will never happen, and then all of a sudden a brookie comes in.
Zing zang!
As much as I talk about how much I love sight fishing, when the fishing is slow, it's not exactly easy to just pick up and move. This isn't what you'd call a run and gun style of fishing. The first few hours of the morning were slow. 3 hours we've been jigging. We have yet to see a brook trout. So yeah, I know it can happen very quick. Normally morning is a prime time, prime feeding window, but we just haven't seen any movement yet. So we'll see. We'll probably stick it out here another half an hour, 40 minutes, and we'll probably move across the lake and just try to switch it up. In a situation like this, a bigger move is probably the right move. So we're just trying to find some sort of transition, like, you know, rock to mud. Right now we're kind of on some weeds. If I knew where that weed dropped off to the mud line, that would be great. But these fish are just cruising. They don't really sit still like a crappie might. They're kind of just moving.
We're, yeah, definitely shallower than I wanted to be, but whatever.
Right here. Oh yeah.
Got him. Come on.
Oh my gosh. Oh my, the net is frozen.
That is a brick.
I've never felt so useless.
We got it.
Oh, that was cool.
When he went past the first time, I'm like, oh, he's going to turn around and
Yeah, 100%. I just knew he was coming back. Oh man, that is great.
Well, guys, it took till almost sunset, but we finally saw our first fish of the day, and it bit. Beautiful brookie. Not a big fish by any means, but seeing it eat by your feet is such a cool experience. And there she goes. Hey, it took us a couple hours, but we got our first brookie, and I think that's going to be it for today. We're going to be back early tomorrow. We're going to get a couple more. We're going to cook one up. It's going to be a good day tomorrow. I can feel it. Make sure to mark your sight fishing holes. It is going to freeze overnight, but put a couple branches over it just so if someone happens to be walking by in the dark, they're not going to fall in. Safety first.
All right, guys, day 2. We didn't catch a lot of fish yesterday, but we caught a really nice one as the sun was going down. And today, what we're doing over on the Jay Siemens show is, I'll let you do your intro.
We're gonna set up the sight hole, but we're gonna stack the odds in our favor to just put some fish on the ice today. We're gonna use some set lines, some jaw jackers. I'll talk more about that yet. But our goal right now is to get set up and catch a brookie to eat, because I want some Brookie Benedict, and that's what my friend Josh McFaddin has on the menu.
Amen. Let's get doing it. Energy's high today. High energy, great snow, low skies, living our best lives.
While ideally we catch all of our fish through the sight hole, I knew to stack the odds in our favor of catching a brook trout to eat, we needed to put out our secondary lines. In Ontario, you're allowed to use 2 lines per person in the winter. For our second line, we used a device called the jaw jacker. While they're not legal everywhere, they are legal in Ontario and they're a pretty awesome tool. They use the bend of the rod to set the hook when the fish takes the bait. Not only does this help with hooking short striking trout, but it also stops the potential of gut hooking the fish. We set these rods up at the mouth of the bay with a small piece of trout dough as bait and bells to alert us of the fish. We've been noisy, so we need to just quiet down, not talk too loud, not step too loud. So we've got those 2 set lines outside. We're hoping to hear bells. You know, I'd love if every fish came sight fishing, but I know that there are many times where if they're not coming sight fishing, they'll hit those set lines out in the distance. So it's just a good way to spread out. Yeah, we got 4 lines out now, so stacking the odds in our favor. Did you know my favorite breakfast was Eggs Benedict?
Nope. Did you know it was mine?
No. So as far as lures, we're kind of doing the 1-2 punch. So I'm doing the rattle bait. This is more like a minnow imitation, something big and loud, and Josh is just a small plastic. So a lot of the time they might come in for this big loud rattle bait and hit us off plastic. Other times
They crush the rattle bait, which is why you always give the second guy the quiet bait.
I like a little bit of a softer rod. This is a 36-inch light. Josh has a 39-inch medium light. Something that's a little bit soft because these trout just fight like crazy. So you want to be able to absorb those head shakes when they go on those crazy runs. And then as far as line, I would say like 5 to 8 pound braided line with a clear fluorocarbon leader. We're using a 7-pound leader today, so gives you that invisibility. And yeah, trout can be pretty spooky, so sometimes going light with that line can pay off. Oh, no. Fish.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, we missed it. Oh, we missed it again. Oh,
dude. Oh, I'm dying right now.
Oh.
He swiped it first.
Oh.
Let's try to lift him up.
I can't believe we didn't catch that fish.
He didn't even have mine. Like, he bumped it.
He charged mine so hard.
Now my eyes are playing tricks on me. The way he was kicking up the plants and the way they were swaying around him were like very cool. But he was deep, like thick in that stuff, eh? Yeah, like I was just doing little tiny bumps. He did come after mine though.
Oh yeah, dude, it's whichever one he saw he was at. Like he took at mine and then one at yours and then one at mine. Oh, that was so good. That's the thing though, stock trout, I don't think they ever really like sit still. They're like moving.
Yeah, they're not like a pike where they'll just sit there all day and wait for something to come by.
I can't believe we didn't catch that fish. I mean, I had the best chance there when he lined up to kill it.
Yeah, for sure. Remember it.
Bells.
Come on.
Ooh, that's a nice fish, Josh.
Pull it, bust it up.
We need this. Ooh, that's not small.
I don't know.
Well, guys,
the drag's light.
This is dinner.
It was way over there.
This is Benny, Josh. All right. What do you think, Josh?
Oh my gosh. I am very, I feel really antsy and I'm reeling with the wrong hand right now. And that's
You are?
That's all right.
I'll put my hand in when it gets close if we need to.
This feels like a pike.
Maybe there's pike in here.
Come on, baby.
Oh, this is where I get nervous when they do those big head shakes with that little hook.
Oh, it's a beautiful fish.
That clear ice, you can just see it under there.
This is a nice fish. Okay.
Nope. If I can tailor. Okay, I gotta just set this down.
Okay.
Oh, that's a big one.
Wow.
That is,
dude.
That's a big one.
That is such a pretty fish. Wow. Oh my gosh. This could be one of the larger brookies I've ever caught.
Look at those pink dots.
The pink dots and the blue and these little, oh man, the white fins.
Right, Josh, I think we're gonna eat that guy.
Yeah,
I don't think we
this
can be
is
too fussy.
such a pretty fish. Like, I mean, there's a lot of meat on this thing, so.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get some good Benny going. Good job.
Wow. Oh, mwah. Lovely. So fortunately enough, we caught ourselves a beautiful brook trout, and I really wanted to make a Brookie Benny. So we're doing a brook trout, eggs Benedict, and yeah, there's nothing crazy about it. We're making a hollandaise sauce from scratch. So we're gonna use some egg yolks and some butter and some lemon, make that really nice and beautiful. And then from there, we're just gonna fillet that trout. We're gonna keep it skin on, season it up a little bit, sear it on the pan, and we'll top that on top. We're gonna do some seared mushrooms and stuff like that too. So we're gonna put it on a really nice piece of toast, stack it all up, drench it in hollandaise sauce, and have a really cool snack in the
Look at this location.
This location's unbelievable. Like, if you want to eat a meal, especially a Brookie Benny, this is the spot.
Got trout dough on my face and all this excitement.
It's still
It's still
it's
frozen
just
on my
not
face.
coming off.
So the cool thing about these stock trout lakes across Manitoba, across Ontario, is these fish are put in to be caught and harvested. Like, there's very rare instances where these fish are actually able to reproduce in these lakes. A lot of them need, you know, special characteristics such as like a sandy bottom with flowing water, and just so they can reproduce, but typically they're not. They're going to live their lifespan in here. They're going to live there 5 to 8 years, maybe up to 10 years, and they're going to die. So they're in here. So typically, if it was like a bigger size fish like that, if it was a wild fish, I'd probably be more likely to release it. But a fish like that's probably 3 or 4 years old. It's just a cool program that a lot of provinces and states have, is to stock these trout, and it helps just offer new opportunities for different lakes, but as well just spreads the pressure out on some of those lakes that may usually be hard hit. But yeah, Josh is just finishing a couple final steps, and I'm a huge eggs Benny fan, so I can't wait to try my first brook trout Benny. Brook trout, eggs Benedict,
Backwoods Brookie Benny.
on the Canadian Shield. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
We're gonna do some more fishing yet today, but if this is how the day ends, I am not complaining. This is unbelievable. I just want to look at it. I've never eaten something this fancy before.
I just want to get some of that Brookie with some hollandaise sauce on it.
Oh man,
So I can use a knife to cut that toast up.
so good. That's unreal.
Oh man, that fish is good.